friends. I finally found a new doctor to help me with my GLP-1. My name is Gina, and this is my husband, Jeff. I have type 2 diabetes, and I have been on a Mounjaro journey. Today, I'm going to be taking my 91st Mounjaro shot. If you're thinking about trying a GLP-1 and are wondering what else is that going to do for you other than weight loss, I have the goods on how it's affected me being on it for 91 weeks. And I needed to find a new doctor because my doctor of 35 years retired. And then he had someone take his place, and that person lasted 5 months and then he quit. No, I think he made it 5 months.
Okay.
I don't know. But we got a letter from the doctor's office saying that he moved and he left. So I had to start again and look for a new doctor. So after some research, asking all my friends in the area, who do you use for primary care? I finally chose a location and had a great doctor's visit last week. I actually met with 2 doctors because the particular place that I went to is a teaching clinic. And so they have a lot of people, residents, not that they live there, but residents that they are doctors in training. They've done all the college work and now they have to be an intern. So I met with the intern doctor first, and then I met with my new doctor, and I love her to death. She is wonderful. I'm really excited about getting to know her more and having her get to know my health issues more. I also, since it was with our health insurance, we get 1 free well visit a year. So this was considered my well visit of the year. But since I have type 2 diabetes, I also have to meet with my doctor every 6 months to make sure that my type 2 diabetes is going okay. So I had all my blood work done, and I have some scores that I'm going to share with you. And I'm also...
Did you study?
No, I didn't study, but I did go in fasting. So that way my numbers would be accurate, having to do with my A1C and my fasting blood sugar, and got all of those done. And I got some good news at the doctor's office. Big news number 1 for me is my A1C has come down so much while being on Mounjaro. It's actually, since it's October now, it's almost my 5-year anniversary of having type 2 diabetes, because I got diagnosed on...
I didn't even get you anything.
I know, you didn't even get me anything. I got diagnosed with type 2 diabetes.
Sugar? Wait, no. Gold? I don't know.
Yeah, what anniversary would that be? Oh my goodness. Well, when I got diagnosed with type 2 diabetes on October 13th of 2020, just a few days before my daughter got married, so I'll never forget it, my A1C, I can't remember, it was either 10.1 or 10.2. It was 10 point something. And an A1C in the 10 range is horrible. That means I have over double blood sugar. Which is really awful. It's the kind of blood sugar where you can lose limbs if you have owies, you can lose your kidneys. If you consistently stay at 10 or higher, it affects every part of your body in a bad way. And that's where I started my type 2 diabetes adventure. Kind of. I don't know how much of a fun adventure that is, but I started that journey. And my A1C last week is only 5.4. Yay! And 6 months ago, it was 5.6. And 5.6 is the lowest amount to be considered not diabetic. To have a normal range, be in the green zone, is 5.6. 5.7 to 6.4 is the yellow zone. That's where you are
Pre-diabetic.
That's pre-diabetes. And so it was so exciting 6 months ago to not be even pre-diabetic anymore, to be that 5.6 and now 5.4. So it's even gone down a little bit more. So that is really exciting to me. And my fasting blood sugar was under 100. I believe it was 89. Oh, shoot. I've got to re-put in. Oh, no, there it is. There we go. My fasting blood sugar, I believe, was where is
87, something like that?
I think it might have been 89. Oh, 89. So my glucose was 89, which for fasting, that's fantastic because it's supposed to be less than 100. And so it was less than 100. So that was really great. I also have had high cholesterol most of my life. Even when I was a skinny mini, I always kind of ran a little high for being a young person. And when my cholesterol hit 255 a couple of years ago, my doctor said, you've got to start taking a statin now, Gina. And so he had put me on 10 milligrams of,
Let me go get it.
it starts with an R. I don't know. Rovastatin. It's the 10 grams or 10 milligrams, whatever it is,
That's
the little teeny tiny
there.
pills. But it's a 10, which is a low dose of statin. Well, my cholesterol numbers, fantastic. It should be on here too. It is in the healthy range as well. Let me see. My total cholesterol is 142, which is in the very, very healthy range. So my new doctor was really excited about that for me. And you know, when you have your cholesterol, there's the LDL that you need to have to be as low as possible. And your HDL, the H stands for high. There's a good cholesterol that you want high. Well,
you can think of it H for healthy, L for lethal.
Oh, there you go. Well, my lethal.
It's not really lethal, Gina.
Oh, okay.
It's just so you can remember which one's the good one.
All right.
Which is the one you want.
Well, my lethal one was only 76, and it's supposed to be equal to or less than 99. So 76, that's plenty low. And then my healthy one that's supposed to be high, there was a time that my healthy one was the only number that was low. But this time, even my healthy one is a 50, and the reference range is supposed to be greater than or equal to 40. And I'm a 50 on that. So that was really good too. So my numbers are looking great. And my blood pressure was really fabulous as well. It was, where is it?
Right there. You just passed it.
Did I pass it?
112 over 79.
Yeah, 112 over 79, which is really good. 120 over 80 is the average, and to be 112 over 79, just wonderful. So there's a lot of health markers that Mounjaro and Zepbound and other GLP-1s like Ozempic and Wegovy can help you with other than just weight loss. So all of those numbers were really good. My heart rate was 85, which you're supposed to be between 51 and 119. So that was all good. And then there's all those weird numbers that I don't know, that like my sodium and potassium, chloride, CO2, anion gap, all of those things, everything was normal. Okay. Except there is one thing that, but it's just borderline low, that's in red. But my doctor called about that to let me know that they're not concerned about it because my creatinine is 0.78, which is in the normal range. But my EGFR, CR, it has something to do with your kidneys and kidney function. And that was a little on the low side. I got an 87 on that, and it's supposed to be greater than or equal to 90. So it was close to 90, but was a little bit on the low side. But that was the only thing they kind of see that's highlighted in orange. But everything else was all good. My calcium was good. My protein was 7.7, which is right in the middle of the perfect range. Globulin, good.
Estimated glomerular, glomeruli, I don't know, filtration rate, creatinine based. Measure of kidney function that estimates how well the kidneys are filtering waste products from the blood.
Okay. All right. So that was the scoop. That was the scoop on that. So everything else looks great and normal. My triglycerides were also in the normal range and actually kind of low. My your triglycerides, the reference range is between 0 and 150, and I was a 79, so right in the middle. So really good stats with my triglycerides too. And when I peed in a cup, all that stuff is fine. There was nothing weird. Everything was great. And my estimated average glucose is 108. And look at that A1C, 5.4%. Woohoo! I am just so excited about that because in the 5 years that I have had type 2 diabetes, I only got down into that green range 6 months ago. 6 months ago. So, and to have it stay there and then actually go even just a smidgen lower makes me really happy and excited. Yay. So that is all really good. Now, I also talked to my new doctor. I'm like, hey, my weight loss was good in the beginning when I was taking Mounjaro, and I'm down 43 pounds since January 10th of 2024. But the last 5 or 6 months, I've only lost 3 pounds. And so I'm kind of at a stall, though I'm exercising every day. I'm trying really hard to eat healthy, but I'm really at a standstill, and it's driving me crazy because I'm really close to a couple of goals that I've wanted to have. I'm not done losing weight. My BMI is still way too high. It's still in the 30s, and I mean, it used to be worse. It used to be in the low 40s, but now it's in the 30s. So 30s are good, but I'm trying to get it down to the 20s. What can I do? And
I know.
What?
I got some yard work out in the yard. You could do. Probably work that out.
I could work that up. Actually, I did pull some weeds yesterday, a little bit, but there's a lot more weeds I need to go after. But yeah, I started to pull a few weeds, but my tush was hurting from doing the 50 squats a day challenge.
You could do a squat.
Yeah, and I was thinking I was doing a
weed.
lot of extra squats, pulling weeds, bonus squats, but I already had kind of a little bit of a sore bum. So, but I'll help you with that in a few days. I'll help you go out there and weed the yard. But I asked the doctor, and she said, would you like to move up to 15 milligrams? And I said, yeah, I think I'm ready because I don't have bad side effects. The only side effect I have, other than keeping my weight off, which is amazing, seriously, because I have lost weight before and I've only been able to keep it off for, I don't know, like a week or two. It's always an event, like a birthday party or a vacation or something when I've been losing weight. And then I go on vacation for a week and then I come back 10 pounds heavier. And then it's like, oh man. And then it's so hard to get back into that diet zone again. And the hunger is just crazy through the roof. And then I just gain all the weight back and all the weight comes back. And then usually a few more pounds on top of the weight that I did lose. But I have kept my weight off. I actually, Jeff and we had did on the YouTube channel, I do have a playlist that's called the 444 plan. And when I first got diagnosed with type 2 diabetes, we had just started that plan like a week or two before my doctor's appointment. And we were doing pretty good with it. We were eating 400 calories 4 times a day, 4 hours apart. That's what we called it, the 444 plan. And my brother had lost 60 pounds on it. And I was so impressed that I thought, well, we can give that a try. Mikey said he could eat, and it didn't matter what you ate. And so he would eat 2 Pop-Tarts at night for his evening snack because they're 200 calories each. And Jeff was like, Pop-Tart diet, I can do that. So that's the first time Jeff ever really, truly cracked down super hard dieting with me. And then we decided to add it to the YouTube channel because I already had videos. Anchor moments are the moments in your life that have anchored your faith. And I'd have people share moments in their life that anchored their faith from various Christian. Most of them, I think everyone's been Christian so far that have shared those stories. But I had a lot of people share those special moments in their life that have anchored their faith. And so we decided to do a playlist. We did a playlist for my type 2 diabetes, and we added a playlist for the 444 plan. And we did pretty well until we went on vacation with my family. And we spent 8 days in a big, huge house on a river in Branson, Missouri. And my nieces and nephews and my kids, they were all over 21, but they were young 20s. And so it was like living in a frat house for a week. The food and alcohol was just constant, and the snacks. And when I came back,
every single surface had snacks on it.
Yeah, or alcohol. I mean, it was quite the vacation.
It was tasty.
It was tasty. I tried to maintain. I thought, well, maybe I can try to maintain my weight. And we didn't have a vehicle. And so everyone could say something that they wanted from the grocery store. So I asked for broccoli, and they did bring me some broccoli, someone who had a vehicle. And I heated up that broccoli in the microwave, and they about kicked me out. They were so mad. They said that I made the house smell like farts. They did not like the smell of that steamed broccoli. And so I was screwed. There was no really weight loss kind of foods that I could eat. And so I thought, just a week. How bad could that be? Well, when I got back, I had gained 11 pounds in 8 days, 11 pounds. And Jeff too. Jeff was down 72 pounds and I was down 47 pounds. And then once we both, and Jeff was up 10 or 11 pounds as well in 1 week's time. And then we had a really hard time getting back on track. For maybe 2 or 3 days, we could do okay with the 444 plan, but the hunger was just out of this world. And it was just too hard. It was too hard to go back. And every week we slowly gained and gained and gained. And then by January 10th of 2024, when I took my first Mounjaro shot, I still had 8 pounds that I hadn't gained back yet of the 47. So I had gained back 39 out of 47 pounds. So starting there, from where I am now, from my highest weight to where I am now, I have lost 51 pounds. And I've been able to keep it off, even though I'm having a really hard time right now losing extra pounds. So I'm working hard, extra hard this week to try to break that stall. My doctor did give me a prescription for 15 milligrams. I just have 2 shots left of the 12 and a half. One I'm going to give myself live today. And then next Monday, I'll take my last 12 and a half. And then I am 15. And I'm hoping that that'll help make a difference. I'm also going back to recording my, my calories. For a while there, it was kind of hit and miss. Though I don't think I wasn't eating like a ton, but I'm stopping when I'm satisfied. So like Jeff and I, every now and again, will go out to eat. Well, I don't know how many calories are in that dinner.
That's the hardest part.
That's the hardest part. Jeff and I will split a meal though, and he'll have half and I'll have half, and I might not finish my half because I'll stop as soon as my body says that it's satisfied. Now I could push and finish it and go for stuffed, but I don't want to be stuffed anymore. And sometimes if I go stuffed, it can give me a Mounjaro spanking, and I don't like those. So I just eat until satisfied. And I think it's been kind of like my body putting itself on maintenance. So I've not gained weight. I'm eating the amount of calories that my body needs to stay where I'm at. So, I mean, it's great that I'm not gaining weight. That's the first time in my life that I've been able to lose a significant amount of weight and keep it off. But I still have a bunch more pounds I really should lose. So I'm hoping, number one, doing the 15 milligrams will make a difference. Number two, I am looking right now for a registered dietitian that has one of those machines that you breathe into and will tell you your resting metabolic rate. I'm probably will not be covered on my insurance. I'm going to check. I had a call into a program that my insurance does called the CARE program, where you can have up to 5 free phone calls from a nurse who can see your chart with all of your health information and medications you're taking and everything, and you can ask her questions. Well, today was my first day with that, and I was hoping one of the questions she'd have an answer for is it covered for me to take to see a registered dietitian? Will they cover that for me? And would they cover for me being able to take that machine that gives you the test that lets you know how many calories are you burning at rest? Because I want to make sure I'm not eating too many calories. I don't want to make sure I'm not eating too few calories either, because that can also be a thing. So I was hoping that this care nurse could, and they call CARE, that's the name of the program, and the care nurse would be able to tell me that.
The other ones don't care.
He's being silly.
I'm sure. No, they care. I know
they care. They care. But this particular care nurse,
the fancy name.
Yeah. So this care nurse, she was like, wow, it probably would be really helpful for you to see a registered dietitian. And it probably would be helpful for you to have that test. But it's not her job to know what's covered or not covered on the insurance, or to help you find a provider in your area that could do that. She said I needed to go to the website. So I'm going to be doing that tomorrow because I really want to get this done. And I'm posting in my in the posts on this channel, on the Anchor Moments channel. I've done it the last 3 days, and I'm going to do it today for yesterday's. I'm going to get that posted up as well, of what I have eaten. So that way you can see it too. These were my calories. This is how much fiber I'm getting. This is how much protein I'm getting, because those are things that I track. I also try to eat at least 4 servings of fruits and vegetables, and I give myself 4 squares, but sometimes I'll have 5 or 7, but I don't add extra squares. I mean, once I hit my 4, I can eat more than that, but I'm not going to put more squares on there. If I hit my at least 4, I call that good. And I've been keeping track of my water, because when I don't write my water down, I don't think I'm drinking enough.
That's the best thing about being accountable in some sort of tracker, is that it makes you stay accountable. Whether it's about your water, exercise, whatever. Yeah.
And so it really helps you with that. Now, all these notes that I'm sharing with you, so you can see, well, what is Gina doing? And I think I'm going to start giving you, I started just today thinking, it'd be kind of neat. It's not just what I've written on the tracker, but a picture. What the heck did I eat? Then take a picture. And that was really helpful. Today is the day that I go to get my roots covered up, because I am a grandma, so I'm not naturally this dark brown. So I do get my roots colored. And I ate lunch right before going, and I didn't have enough time to write it down, but I took a picture of it. And then when I came back, I was able to look at the picture, and it reminded me of all the things so I could write it all down. But I think with the pictures and it written down, if I have at least 10 days worth of data, I can go and see a registered dietitian and show her, here's the pictures, this is what I'm eating, here's exactly, what I'm doing, and ask her, what can I be doing better? What more can I do? Because I really want to break this stall. It's driving me crazy. I'm so close to a couple of goals that I'm just a few pounds away from. And I've been a few pounds away from it for over 6 months. So I would really like to hit those.
Speaking of pictures.
Oh, and I do have some pictures for you guys. But before I do that, I've got to thank 2 special viewers right now. One, Grant, who gave me a super sticker. Yay! Thank you so much, Grant. I want to tell you that really does make my heart smile, and it really helps our channel. And I'm going to share, I got another one too today from Sandy. Thank you so much, Sandy. And Sandy put a note with hers and said, I almost missed the live tonight. Hi, Gina and Jeff. Hi, Sandy. Thank you so much, Sandy and Grant. Now, I want to tell you, when you have a YouTube channel, there are some costs if you want to make it, extra good. Like being able to read the words that Sandy gave us a super chat. And then later, we're going to be sharing all the comments that, that people are writing right now in the chat. And I can share them across the screen so everybody can read them. And, and if you just find my video as a live, you'll see.
Oops. A second.
I had a pop-up about one of our firewall blockers. So what was I going to say? Oh, so to be able to see all that, that's a program we use called StreamYard, because we figured that would make a higher quality experience for our viewers when we do lives, that people can see, some of the chats and things. And when I have a guest on the show, I can have their name underneath their picture of them talking and stuff, and then their name could be on there. Well, when we signed up to do that a year ago, we had not been monetized yet, and it was taking a leap of faith to do it. And when we looked up, you could pay monthly or you could pay by the year. And so we took a leap of faith and we paid for the year, and it was $400 and change for this program. And what's interesting is it's been a year. And the reason I know it's been a year is because out of nowhere, we got a bill last week for over $400. And we're like, what the heck? What is that bill from? Did you buy something for $400? And Jeff's like, no, I hadn't bought anything for $400. It was evidently the year must be up, and they already had our charge card number because, for having the thing or whatever, and they automatically charged our charge card. So it's over $400. Well, so I do want to say,
I'll call them and just make sure I have the right plan. Because there's different levels of the plan.
Well, there's different levels of the plan, but it didn't even give me a chance to look to go, do we still want this higher level, or do we want to go, up or down or whatever? Because it seemed like we hit like a medium level. Because I usually, when there's things that cost money, I usually hit for middle of the road. Because sometimes there's more quality than the lowest volume, but the upper part, I'm like, there's probably a bunch of things I wouldn't use anyway, and I don't want to spend that much money. But anyway, so you giving us a little something really makes a difference. And I just want to thank you so much. And YouTube, we were talking about it when we were talking with Traces of Twan's Life, and I just love her. And she was my guest last week, and she said she doesn't do channel memberships. And the reason being is she knows that there are viewers who are like giving plasma so they can afford their medication. You know, there are people who are really struggling to keep the lights on. And she's like, who am I to tell people, oh, if you want to watch my best videos, you got to pay me $8 a month every month. And she'd rather just have everything available for everyone. Well, we had gotten a message from YouTube that we could do channel memberships, and they were running this special that ended last month for me. I had like a month's time to think about it, and that if I would have set up memberships, I'd be able. They would give me a bonus $300, but I had to set it up that month, and they would give me a bonus $300, and then every person who signed up for a membership, they would give me an additional $3 plus whatever it is of the part of the membership I get. Because there's a little bit of a membership cost goes to YouTube. That's why they want to help you with it, because they also, they get to keep part of it, and the content creator gets to keep part of it. And Jeff and I talked about it, and I hadn't met Twan yet, so I didn't hear Twan's thought about it, but I saw a lot of content creators that have channels about GLP-1s have memberships and have membership videos and stuff. But I just kept thinking about when I was a Girl Scout. When I was in 4th grade, I'd been a Girl Scout since I was a brownie. And when I was in 4th grade, I had a new Girl Scout leader, and we graduated out of brownies, and we were in the green Girl Scout uniform. And for the first time, we had dues. And I always sold Girl Scout cookies, and I was really good at it because that was back when you could ring the doorbell by yourself. And I used to run all over town all by myself, and I got so many. I was kind of an enthusiastic kid. I know it's hard to believe.
What?
But I was an enthusiastic, outgoing kid. And so I always sold a lot of Girl Scout cookies. But for the first time ever, I had a new leader, and we had dues. So when we would go to our meetings once a week, there was a tin can that she had put, she had glued yarn around the outside of it to try to decorate it a little bit. And that tin can would be passed around, and everybody would put their quarter in it. And it used to just make my heart sink and race at the same time, because as that can got closer and closer and closer to me, I was filled with dread because I didn't have any quarters. My parents were struggling. I was a surprise in college. I was not a planned pregnancy. My family was struggling, and I didn't have a quarter. And then when the can would come to me and I didn't have a quarter, the leader also would write down. She had like a teacher grade book that she'd write down who brought their quarters. And she'd say, oh, Gina, you didn't bring your quarter again. And I'd say, no, I'm sorry. And she'd say, okay, well, you need to bring an extra quarter next week. And I'd be like, okay, but I never did. And so I ended up dropping out of Girl Scouts. I didn't do it in 5th grade. And I loved Girl Scouts. I used to go to Girl Scout camp with our cookie money, and I loved Girl Scout camp, but I didn't have it. And I don't want that to ever happen to anybody who wants to watch my watch Anchor Moments, to not have the money to be able to do a membership. And so I want to have all my videos be for everyone. And that was before I got that $400 bill, $400 bill to use StreamYard. And then I was thinking, oh man, maybe I could have done the lowest level, like $1 a month or whatever. You can, because they do them by levels. And the first level, you could just have special stickers that people can use, and their names highlighted because they're a paid member or whatever. But I wouldn't go above that, because I'm not going to create videos that somebody can't watch because they have to pay to watch them. I don't want to do that to anybody. I want to be here for all of you. And I appreciate you showing up on Mondays and being here for me. But anybody who does give a super chat, I'm going to say thank you, because it is helping us with our costs of running the channel. So I really do appreciate you. All right, so that's pretty much what I am doing this week. The doctor's thing went well. She wants to see me again in a month as a follow-up to be sure everything's going well and going well with the 15 milligrams. And I'm hoping that before that month is up, I will have seen a registered dietitian and have my and have that number to know
Metabolic rate.
yeah, what my metabolic rate is. And so anyway, and I'm trying really hard. I'm doing the 50-day squat challenge. And I see that some of you guys are doing it with me, and I really appreciate that. That's kind of fun. The 50 squats a day, you could do, 5 squats an hour for 10 hours. You could do 50 all at once. You could do 25 in the morning. 20. But if you have a hard time doing a squat,
Okay.
one person wrote that when she goes to the bathroom at work and closes the stall, she does 20 squats and before she goes back to work, because she knows it's really a really good leg muscle exercise. And I thought, and then the first one's just sitting on the toilet to begin with. That's a squat. It's using those muscles that help you stand and then sit. So I thought that was very creative. But anyway, if you want to do that, I do have a playlist, and tonight I have to do day 8. I haven't done day 8 yet. So that'll be coming later after we read everything in the chat and stuff.
Did you want to show the pictures too?
Oh, that's right. And we have some pictures.
And don't forget to take your medicine.
Yes, and I'm also going to be taking my medicine live tonight too. I have some pictures
Mindy,
to share with you guys.
You can.
Yes, please remind me, Mindy. I have some pictures to share because I was thinking, we really don't use this program as much as we should. I mean, we do when I have a guest. I always ask the guest to share pictures, but I'm going to share some pictures with you guys. And the first picture, this one right here. Sorry. This picture, this is what I look like on the second date that Jeff had me. The first time he met me, my hair was really long. And then I went and got my hair cut. And so the second date, he almost didn't recognize me because my hair went from about as long as it is now to that short haircut. Yeah, to a short bob haircut. This is me at 115 pounds, and I am 21 years old. I just completed my student teaching. My brother, he graduated from high school. We're 4 years apart. And so my mom and my grandma threw us a combined graduation party, me from graduating college and finishing my student teaching, and my brother Mike, who is standing next to me there for graduating high school. Now, when I've shared stories that when I went to college my freshman year, from the beginning of the year to Christmas, so just one semester, I went from 110 pounds to 150 pounds. I gained 40 pounds in a semester. And my mom looked at me and said, "Oh my gosh, Gina, you are, there are women with pregnancies that don't gain 40 pounds in the amount of months that you have." And she was worried about me. And what the difference was is when I went to college that summer, can we do it where it's both?
Yes. Hold on.
When I went to college that summer, it used to be when I was in high school, every summer I would ride my bike for just all day long, just for hours. I'd be riding my bike, and I didn't eat very much. And so it would get me down to 110 pounds, which was my supposed goal weight for being 5'2.5". And but I would literally starve myself in the summer so I could get skinny like that.
Was that what the BMI said?
Weight Watchers used to say at 5'2", 110 it was from 110 to 125 was what I would have to hit.
Wow.
Back in the day on Weight Watchers for 5'2". And then I found out later I was 5'2.5", but Weight Watchers would call it 5'2". My doctor for 35 years, who I love dearly, he used to round it up for me to help my BMI. He'd call it 5'3" for me, but I'm 5'2.5". But to be 110 pounds, I would eat just a few bites of cottage cheese, and I would ride my bike like crazy. I mean, it was like insane for me to be that skinny. And so when I went to college, we were eating pizza, we were drinking beer, we're doing all these things that I didn't do in high school. And we were not as active, and so the weight just piled on me. And then when I did my student teaching my senior year, I really wanted to lose that 40 pounds because I didn't really gain much more than that. I'd gain and lose 10 or 20 pounds, but then go back up again. And by the time student teaching came around, I'd had about 40 pounds on. And so when I student taught, I rode an exercise bike every night for 2 hours. I had a bran muffin for breakfast. I had a school chef salad for lunch, but it had just one egg and maybe 2 slices of ham cut in strips and a little bit of ranch salad dressing and some tomatoes. And that was lunch. And then for dinner, I would have a lean cuisine. And I student taught in Arizona, though I went to Eastern Illinois University. And I lived with a step aunt and uncle. And they let me stay in their house for free, which was so nice. But they had told my parents that they were not going to pay for my food, that, they would let me stay in one of their spare bedrooms. They didn't have any kids yet, and they were pretty young couple, that I could stay in one of their bedrooms, but that they weren't going to feed me. So I had to have my own food. And so it was really hard to figure out, well, I want to make sure that I'm not accidentally eating their food. So I would buy at Bash's grocery store at the time, they had the best bran muffins. And so I would get these honey bran muffins, and I'd have one of those. And I also had to keep everything nice and clean. So it was very easy to clean up after myself too, to just eat a bran muffin. And then the school lunch. And then for dinner, the lean cuisine. So it was easy to know all the lean cuisines in the freezer, they were mine, and to be able to have one. And then I would there was a frozen yogurt store, and I would buy a quart of frozen yogurt, TCBY. Yep. The country's best frozen yogurt. And I would buy a quart of that. And then every 3 or 4 days, I'd buy a new quart. And so I'd have like a little bit of that after I'd have my lean cuisine. And that's what I did every day. And I remember the weight did start coming off, and my aunt, I didn't know, had called my parents behind my back saying she was afraid I was becoming anorexic because I was trying so hard to get to 110, and I never hit it. But I did hit 115. And so that's what I look like at 115. I've also shared stories with you about my mom, and my mom's in this picture too. She's in the red shirt, but remember, this is a long time ago for all of us. I was just 21 then, and I'm 59 now. So it's a lot of years ago. But that's my mom in the red shirt. Very pretty, very wonderful woman. And she is a retired nurse practitioner, but she was a nurse back then. And next to her is her mom, which is my grandma that was never overweight a day in her life. She never tried to diet for a day in her life. And she told me she almost didn't marry her husband because her husband's family had some obese people in it. And she was afraid that if she married him, she would have fat kids. And anyway, and so she was always very much into being thin, but she also didn't like to eat. She found eating to be a bother.
A chore.
It was a chore. And she told me one time, "Oh, Gina, you live to eat." And I'm like, "Yeah, we all have to eat, Grandma, And she says, No. You and your family, you live to eat. I eat to live, but you live to eat." And I thought, huh. And then she told me, I find eating a chore. I'm busy doing things and son of a gun, I'm hungry. And that just makes me mad that I have to go make myself something to eat because, it's a chore.
I felt that way
But
as a kid.
you felt that way as a kid too? That it was a chore to eat?
Yeah.
Okay, not
Especially
me.
if I was creating something, painting something or, creating something. And then I had to stop and get something to eat.
Sorry about that, you guys. Let's try to go back
can
where
you-
it's just the two of us. The
Then
picture.
you click this.
There we go. Click that.
There you go.
There we go. So you thought it was a chore to eat?
Yes.
Wow. He outgrew that.
Yes.
Maybe being married to me.
Probably. No.
Because I don't know. Me and my family, we love to eat, and my mom loves to cook, and my mom is an incredible cook. And my dad, the picture there is my stepdad Ed, who I love dearly. And my dad, you've seen a video. I actually I interviewed him. He has type 2 diabetes, has for 27 years. He had obesity ever since he was a little kid, but he is at his goal weight on Mounjaro. He's lost over 70 pounds on it, and he looks amazing. But he used to own a sausage and spaghetti sauce business and a pizza place. And he loves to eat. And that's one thing that he and my mom had in common, is they both loved food and loved eating good food. And I love good food too. It was just in the summer. In the wintertime, I would eat whatever food and stuff, and I'd always gain weight in the winter. And then in the summer, bikini season, I would ride my bike all over the place, eat cottage cheese, and drink Tab, until I got to 110 pounds. But anyway, so just wanted to show you, because I've been sharing some of these stories about my family, and that was kind of a fun picture of young us. Now here's, now go to the pictures of, and Jeff, when I met Jeff, he was super thin too. Oh, I should have put our wedding picture in there. Maybe next week. I'll throw a wedding picture in.
Do you want to go to the next photo? Just push the arrow button.
The arrow button?
Yeah.
Like this? Then
that's after I spent some years eating.
Yeah. Jeff, when I first started dating him, he was crazy skinny, and he could eat crazy amounts of calories, not gain an ounce. He could eat a whole half a gallon of ice cream and a big party-sized bag of chips and not gain even 1 ounce the next day. It used to drive me crazy. So when we would go on driving trips, he would eat the entire time he drove. And I used to call him Mr. Crunch and Munch, because I'd be on Weight Watchers and it'd drive me crazy watching and listening to him. And I'd have to bring like a bunch of carrot sticks and celery, so that way I could chew on something that had zero, or, they called it, the freebie kind of foods while driving with him, because he ate nonstop and didn't gain an ounce. He was just thin until he hit about 50. And then all of a sudden he was just like me. If he ate a bunch of extra calories, he gained extra weight. And this picture here is an important picture, because it was a big day in my life. Number one, it was a big day because this is about as big as Jeff and I got. This picture was taken at the end of September in 2015. And I chaired an event at the YMCA called the YMCA Interfaith Prayer Breakfast. And it was a big community thing. And we had the mayor of Chandler and the mayor of Gilbert would speak at it. And we'd always have someone famous speak at it. And I was at my heaviest weight then. And so that's me 51 pounds ago. Jeff was a lot heavier than he is right now in that photo too.
You think that was my highest then?
I think so. I don't think I have any pictures of you heavier than that. I have some pictures where you're about the same as that, but I don't think I have any pictures of you heavier than that, Jeff. And that day was the day that started Anchor Moments. I didn't know it yet, but I got an opportunity. I kind of took an.
Now, December 2019, the day after Christmas.
Was that your heaviest ever?
274. Yeah.
Okay, so you were even heavier than that.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay. Well, but I got an opportunity to speak that day, and one of my friends said the story that I told, I should be a professional speaker. And I asked a friend who was a professional speaker how to do it. And she said, Gina, you got to write your stories down. Write your stories down and you can send them to me. But you need to do that first and then become a professional speaker. And she thought I would be wonderful. But that was the first step, was to write those stories down. And then Jeff created a blog for me called Anchor Moments. And that's when I started writing my stories down. And something else happened on that day when I got off the stage after sharing a story about Gerda Weissman Klein that she shares professionally while she was able about the Holocaust. And when I was finished telling about her and about her story, what was I going to say? Anyway, when I got off the stage, there wasn't a dry eye in the house. And some lady I never met before came out of the audience and just squeezed the bejesus out of me. Just, rah! And she said, this is the best prayer breakfast I've ever been to. And I want to join your planning committee. And that was the first moment I met Christine Ellis. And she had an international Christian show. And I told her, and she kept inviting me to be on it. And I told her, one day I will. When I write my Anchor Moments book, I'll be on your show. And then 2 weeks after I wrote my Anchor Moments Hope, Healing, and Forgiveness book, she invited me to be on her show. And Andy and Anne Marie Bills were in the audience, and they owned Holy Spirit Broadcasting Network. And they said that they'd been praying for a long time. They had 100 broadcasters from California, Arizona, Florida, and Africa, because they had different satellite offices in all those places. They had 100 broadcasters that were various Protestant Christian faiths, but they knew that Catholics are Christians too, and they wanted to give someone Catholic a show. And they said that that they were certain that God was telling them that I was the one, and they wanted to give me my own show. And it was called Anchor Moments with Gina LeBenz. And I'm a little verklempt at the moment because Andy Bills just passed away this last week. And he was really a good man. And if I had never met Christine Ellis, who's a city councilwoman now in Chandler, and if I would have not met Andy and Anne Marie, there would be no Anchor Moments show. But they gave me a show on HSBN, Holy Spirit Broadcasting Network, and I signed a 1-year contract on Good Friday, and did it for a year. Then the pandemic hit at the end of that year because it was in March. And after that, we did Anchor Moment Minutes on this YouTube channel. And then I got type 2 diabetes and did that playlist. And now my Mounjaro journey playlist too. But that is how our journey got started. And that picture is that day meeting Christine Ellis when I clicked that. So anyway, so important day in Anchor Moments. Okay, now let's go to the next one. Click here. And here's another one, Jeff and I. So you can see we're definitely pudgier.
Where was that? That's okay.
I'm not sure. It's probably a Chandler Chamber of Commerce event that we went at. And this is a picture of what I ate for breakfast this morning. Trying to eat healthy. I did 2 eggs with a 1/4 cup of cottage cheese and 1 slice of prosciutto. I use a brand that's just pork and water. It doesn't have any other ingredients, just 2 ingredients. Really delicious. And 1 thin slice is only 35 calories. So I threw that in. A tomato sliced with a little bit of 40-calorie hollandaise sauce on it, and a cup of cantaloupe. And then to drink, I do my own protein coffee, Profi. It was 1/2 cup of coffee with 1/2 of a Fairlife protein drink and 1 scoop of Vital Proteins.
So why are you showing your food off?
And I'm showing my food off because I'm going to start doing that while writing it down. And I'll be putting some of those up as posts, but I want at least 10 days of this that I can take to a registered dietitian to show her or him, this is what I'm eating. This is what it looks like on paper. This is what it looks like as a picture. What can I do better to start losing weight? Again, and break this stall. This is a salad that I had this week.
Who made that salad?
Yeah, you did. And I'm trying to get away. You know, I'm never going to be 100% no processed foods, but I'm trying to eat less processed foods, as little as possible. And we used to always get the bag salads that has the salad dressing in it and other little crunchy things or something to throw in. They're super convenient. But I thought, it'd be kind of nice to really go whole foods with the salads. And so that is a bunch of chopped vegetables plus 1/2 ounce of feta cheese. And then I take 1 tablespoon of olive oil and 3 tablespoons of fancy vinegars, and make that into a salad dressing where it's just 2 ingredients, the fancy vinegar and the olive oil. And it's so tasty. So incredibly delicious. This one, I had 2 tablespoons of orange vinegar and 1 tablespoon of coconut vinegar, and then the 1 tablespoon of olive oil. So delicious. This is a new recipe for me that I wanted to share with anyone here who has a Ninja Creamy. This is one of my new
machine for
making homemade ice cream. And do you have a can? Can you go grab me a can of the strawberry nuri? Pam from Mounjaro Journey with Pam. She's one of my buddies, and she's been on my show a couple of times, a couple weeks ago, sharing about her skin removal surgery. Excellent episode. If you can watch just one more episode of Anchor Moms, you really want to see that one. It was fantastic. And she had messaged me this week that these protein drinks were on sale at Costco, $5 off for a dozen of them. And you can get them all chocolate, you can get them all vanilla, or you can get them all strawberry. The strawberry one to me tastes like Quick, Strawberry Quick.
Let's make it big.
Nestle Quick. It is so delicious, and it has 30 grams of protein and 150 calories. Well, I empty this can into the container that you can make your use for the Ninja Creamy. So I put in 1 can of this. I put in a 1/2 cup of plain Greek yogurt, a tablespoon of honey, and a little bit of vanilla paste. Stir that all together and put it in the freezer. Oh my gosh, it's the best strawberry ice cream. I love, love, love it. And it is chock full of protein. And then if you look at the picture too, I take, how do I do this?
You do like this.
Okay. And what's on top of it, I took fresh raspberries.
You got to give you a lesson.
I know, man. I took a pint of, well, it's not a pint because it's half size, but a little container of fresh raspberries, and I smashed it a little bit with and added a couple tablespoons of monk fruit, which adds 0 calories, and it's a better sweetener for you than some of the other sweeteners. And stirred that together and sprinkled that on top of the strawberry protein ice cream. So, so good. It's one of my new favorite homemade ice cream recipes. So I wanted to share that with you guys this week too. And then this was a concern. I wear a Freestyle Libre, a concern this week. I wear a Freestyle Libre glucose sensor that tells me 24 hours a day what my blood sugar is. And while I was sleeping in middle of the night, I got a low blood sugar that set off an alarm. And so if you look carefully, you can see a red line there where I went,
side.
yeah, and on the left side. On the left side, that shows 8 hours.
Oh, okay.
That's my 8-hour reading. So when I woke up, when I was finally done sleeping, I scanned my arm and it was 87, fasting. But you can see, really where that red alarm went off at 4 a.m. And then on the other side is 24 hours that included where that alarm went off. And you can see that my blood sugar has been really great. So it's no wonder that my A1C is only 5.4 now, because I'm on the low end of green, of the good stuff, all day long. But it was concerning when I go to bed. I mean, the last 4 days I've been trying to eat less. So if you look at my food diaries that I've been putting on, I'm between 1,300 and 1,500 calories is about the range that I've been going. But getting that range, when I go to bed, I'm a little bit hungry before I go to sleep. And instead of going to the refrigerator and eating a couple hundred extra calories, I hadn't been. And I actually got a sugar low in middle of the night, which was kind of a bummer there too. So
It was alarming.
It was alarming.
Because there's an alarm.
Because there is an alarm, yes. So I'll be sharing that with my doctor's office too. But hopefully I won't get more of those. Last night, to avoid doing that, I had a quarter cup of cottage cheese before I went to bed. And then it was fine and the alarm didn't go off. So I don't know if that might be something that would help.
Who suggested that?
Jeff, because he did not want to get that alarm in the middle of the night.
No, but that's a good thing to eat. Cottage cheese, because it's high in protein.
Right.
And does it have any sugar in it at all?
Not really. I don't think so. Yeah. It's pretty high in protein. So anyway, I wanted to share that too. And that's why I like having a sugar monitor, because if your sugar goes too low, all you have to do is eat something. And then it gets you out of the danger zone. You just got to eat something. But if you don't know to eat something, it can be deadly if you go too low and then it continues to drop. So I have to be very careful about that because I do have type 2 diabetes. So I don't
So when your alarm went off, I went out and got you.
He did.
Some chocolate milk.
He did. Yeah. And it wasn't so low. I probably could have done it myself, but it's so nice that Jeff did that for me. But it's good to know.
I'm just saying that so that they don't think I got you cottage cheese.
Oh, no. Yeah, because you're going to want some carbs. Because you want to get your sugar back up. Yeah, you want to get your sugar back up.
The cottage cheese you ate last night before you went to bed.
Right. And I didn't go low last night.
Because it kind of can keep you on an even keel.
Yeah. So bring it back to It's Just Us without pictures real quick. So Jeff and I are not doctors. I'm your sister from another mister. He's your brother from another mother. So you always need to talk to your doctor. But what I'm sharing with you is so you can see somebody else that's on this healthy lifestyle journey. You can see what it's like for someone who's been doing it for a while, especially if you're new and you're thinking about it and you haven't even started your journey yet. What could it be like? And you're going to see there's some wonderful people who have YouTube channels that have lost over 100 pounds, and they are amazing and they're so inspiring. But it can be heartbreaking too, because you're thinking, oh, maybe that'll be me. And it's hard. It's some people, the weight comes off easier than it does for others, and we're all a little bit different. And so there's a variety of experiences while being on this. And my experience is really more regular. I am more normal than I realized, because I had 100 pounds to lose. I really wanted to lose about 100, 50, at least 50. Actually, I thought I wanted to lose at least 50, and I'm at that 43, that lose at least 50. So that's one of my goals to hit. I want to lose 7 more pounds on Mounjaro to hit that 50-pound weight goal. And then there was at least another 25 pounds I'd like to lose after that. And maybe more than that, but even, at least 25 more after that. When you go on the Mounjaro website, Eli Lilly's website, they will tell you if in the studies they did, and they studied thousands of people, they studied a lot before they could get FDA approval for this medication. People who have type 2 diabetes lose about 15% of their body weight is the average, and which is about 33 pounds. And I'm down 43. So I am 10 pounds more than that. And I have lost more than 15% of my body weight, getting those 43 pounds off. And now it's slow. It is really, really slow. And I'm trying to speed it up. I'm going to be doing, and I'll be telling you everything I do as I do it. And I will be bringing on guests, and I'll be asking each of my guests, if you've ever had a stall before, what did you do to get out of that stall, to break that stall? So that way I can help you guys too. And I know I worry sometimes, gosh, are people going to want to keep showing up on Mondays to watch Gina maintain when she still has more weight to gain, but the weight loss is so slow right now. It is a struggle.
Come for Gina. Stay for the dad jokes.
Yes, I put Jeff on here too. Because I want to give you value and have it be fun for you and be like, yeah, it's Monday night. Maybe I can catch an Anchor Moment show, and jump on and chat with all of our friends in the chat. And I want it to be a fun place for you guys. And I'm hoping that I could inspire some of you, but it is slow go for me, but I do bring on guests that I find really inspiring. So you have an opportunity to meet Pam, who's lost 160 pounds.
I'm just chopped liver.
And Jeff, or to meet Barb, who's lost over 200 pounds. That I'm bringing on, and Grant, he's down over 60 pounds in less time. Bringing on other people, and Twan, Traces of Twan's Life, she's over 100 pounds lost. Bringing some other people in, so that way you can hear a variety. You can hear a variety of journeys. But mine's a little on the slow go. But it's kind of normal. It's kind of the average that it is for most people.
And don't forget,
what?
Everybody is different, and every body is different.
And that's Mayor Mindy, who's been on this show. That is a Mayor Mindy saying, yeah, and that's true. So I'll always be honest with you guys, and I'll tell you when I mess up, and I'll tell you when I'm doing something good. But it's not always easy, but I'm doing the best I can. Do we have any more pictures? Was that it?
Yes.
There was more pictures? Okay, how do I do it again? Jeff's always been my tech support.
Yeah. Sorry.
There we go.
There.
All right. Oh, and when Jeff and I did the 4-4-4 plan, it was our.
Did you go ahead too? Oh shoot, we got them out of order.
Oh, did we?
Because that was the first one.
Okay.
And that's the second one.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to go back and forth here so you kind of see us
lose weight. Yeah.
November 8th, 2020. And there was today.
Yep. When we were doing the 4-4-4 plan, we thought, like once a month or so, we would take our pictures sideways so we could actually see the difference. And but we never did it from the first day. We were already down. I was already down 11 pounds. And what were you, the other one? Go back to and Jeff was already down 23 pounds before we decided to start documenting this on YouTube.
Yeah, I didn't want to take a picture of me at my highest.
Yeah. But
it didn't come to mind.
It didn't come to mind. I know. So I kind of wish we would have had that. But we have plenty of pictures of the two of us chubby, like the ones I showed earlier tonight. But we're going to start doing this again, so that way we can see the differences. And I do recommend that to people too, that if you take, if you can do a before picture, then as you're on your journey, on days that you're like, oh, I did everything right for the past 5 days and the scale's not budging, or did everything right for the past 5 months and I've only lost 3 pounds. You can look back and go, but a year ago, look at the difference, So taking those pictures can be really helpful.
And one of the things that you can do inside of MyFitnessPal is if you take a picture, you can put it right. Oh, sorry. If you take a picture, you can put it right on the very date that you took the picture. You can put the weight in there, and you can even compare it to other days. So you can, you kind of get the idea here, but like for instance, you can put 2 dates together and see how you looked on both of the days to compare and see how your progress is coming along. And you can flip through them. Any places you put a picture in there, you can display them side by side.
Oh, very cool, Jeff. That's good to know. Thanks.
MyFitnessPal. That's even in the free version, which I'm using.
Okay. Do we have more pictures, or is that it?
Nope, that's it.
That's it. Okay, well, let's go and look in the comments now and see what's happening in the chat.
Okay, ready?
Yeah. And let's go ahead and click Traveling Tea. Hey, we got Traveling Tea in the house. She says, good evening, everyone. My win for today. Today marks my 2-year anniversary on Mounjaro. Yay! It's still working great. That's awesome, Traveling Tea. That is a wonderful win.
Oh, and there's you.
Yep, that's just me. And Sin's here. Yay! Hi, Sin. And Terry Locken is here. And she says, hello, everyone from North Dakota.
Is it snowing there? I wonder.
Yeah, I wonder. Hey, we got Mindy in the house. Mayor Mindy. Hey, hey, hey. And Grant's here too. Woohoo. And A. Barnett's here. Hey, A. Barnett. And Black Squirrel. We haven't seen Black Squirrel for a while now. Glad to have you back, Black Squirrel. And people are starting to say hi to each other. And that was Grant's super sticker. So thank you so much, Grant. And about my A1C being only 5.4 and my cholesterol's low now too. And Grant's congratulating me too as well. And Robin Lockwood's in the house. She says she's late but here. All right. Thank you so much, A. Burnett's congratulating me. And Pammy's here. She says, hi, friends. Those are great lab numbers. Great news. Thanks, Pam. Wowza, Gina, you're killing it. Thanks, A. Barnett. And Mindy says, great stats, Gina. Jeff, I learned to remember LDL. L equals lousy.
That is better than lethal.
Yeah, less frightening than lethal. I like that. Lousy. And Grant says, how do you like your new doctor, Gina? I love her. And she is young. So I'm really excited about that because I'm hoping she sticks around and she can be my doctor for the next 30 years. She's not going to be
retiring anytime
No,
soon.
She is nowhere near retirement. So I'm excited about that. Because she seems like a keeper for sure. And Grant says, also, the win in my household this week is that my wife got approved by insurance for full coverage on her upcoming excess skin removal. Yay! And reconstruction of abdominal area. Woohoo! And Grant has shared his wife lost 140 pounds doing it the way that Jeff's doing it, just trying to do it the old-fashioned way. And Grant and I both have type 2 diabetes, so our insurance is helping us pay for Mounjaro. But wow, 140 pounds. And now she's getting the skin removal surgery. That is so exciting to hear that her insurance will help with that. That is great news. That's a huge win. And A. Barnett says, you're probably building muscle. Keep on trucking. You know, I was wondering, because I have been doing the 50 days of, or 10 days of 50 squats, if that's making a difference maybe in my thighs. I don't know, but I'll let you guys know next week if any more pounds drop off. I'm hoping they do.
I'll take a picture, a before and after picture for the yard so you can see how many weeds are still there after she's pulling.
Start pulling the weeds. And yep, and we're congratulating Grant too. And Pammy's congratulating Grant.
Oh, this is funny.
And A. Barnett says, microwave broccoli is as bad as microwave fish. I know. Oh my gosh, they were going to kill me.
They were mad.
They were so mad when I
It was
microwaved.
funny, though.
It was funny. It did kind of, they're like, that smells like farts in here. No more broccoli. Oh, and thanks so much again, Sandy Murphy, for your super chat. And Cindy says, happy Monday. We got Taz the Bulldog's mom in the house. Woo woo. And Mindy says, Gina, insurance paid for the dietitian. Oh, good. But I paid out of pocket for the RMR. Of course, every insurance is different. Oh, that's good to know. I'm hoping
every insurance is different.
Yeah. Everybody and every insurance. Oh, but that's good to know. It'd be really great if I at least get the dietitian for free. We'll see. We'll see what my insurance does. And Robin says, you can do it, Gina. Thanks, Robin. I'm trying. And people are saying hi to each other. And yeah, A. Barnett, over $400 for a year's worth of using this app, StreamYard, that helps me to put, your comment on the screen. And so I was like, wow. That's why I thought I need to start using more of the features of this app because it's expensive. I was not ready for that. Hey, we got Beverly in the house. Hi, Beverly. And Pam says, so true. Twan is amazing. And your Girl Scout story touched my heart too. I couldn't be a Girl Scout and I'm lucky to be a cheerleader. The teacher had a lady who made our outfits to save us money. Aw, sweet. And I will tell you, I did become a Girl Scout leader for my daughter's troop. And I brought them all the way through high school, never collected dues, not one time. Because
our kids sold cookies.
But we sold a lot of cookies.
So you could go to surf camp.
Yeah, and do other stuff too. Yeah. But we did it all through cookie sales because I didn't want another girl to ever have to worry about having dues. And Pammy says, Traces of Twan's life mentioned why she didn't add the membership, but I did notice that Downsizing Diva has it, but she didn't charge us and added us in for member-only lives. Oh, that's so nice that Downsizing Diva did that. And Pammy says, I canceled my StreamYard when I saw the bill too. I mean, like, oh my gosh. And it was probably that much the first time because we really talked about it. And like, I want to bring on guests and it'd be so nice to have that, to be able to put the words and have their name under and the different things.
It has a lot of advantages.
It has a lot of advantages, but gosh, it was a shock. Because I've thought they would have given me, a little warning. Hey, next week we're going to want to pull out of your account to charge you for next year. You're at the end of your year and it's going to be next year. And then let me look through and pick what level I want to do, cost wise. But nope, it was just a surprise money taken out, which was a little scary. And Sandy said, so glad you found a new doctor. Thank you, Sandy. Me too. And one that I like. Thanks, Cindy. Says adorable. And Pammy says, wow, I have never been less than 143 since 6th grade. And Grant says, what's that green button you have on in that first picture? Well, let's look.
Green button. Should I go back and
Yep.
see? Let's see.
As I am not sure.
Oh.
Oh, my brother had a green button on. I have no idea what he was wearing. I am not sure.
Oops.
I'm not sure.
Well, let's see. Would it have been St. Patrick's Day? No.
No, because this was this would have been
Graduation.
May. It would have been
Yeah.
graduation.
I don't know.
That was May of 1988. Mindy says, look at baby Gina, so cute. And Jeff, what a handsome young man.
Thank you.
Though he's not met, I hadn't met him yet.
Yeah.
That's my stepdad next to me, the tall guy with the glasses.
Well, that must, yeah.
That's my stepdad, Ed.
And your brother, Mike.
And my brother, Mike. Who was 18 at the time. And A. Barnett says, when I was on a high prednisone dosage, I gained, oh my gosh, 80 pounds in 3 months. That would be awful.
Wow.
And Pammy says, love seeing this photo, and family looks so sweet too. Smiles tell it all. Yeah. I'm very blessed. And Pammy says, Jeff even looks like such a sweet guy back then, and handsome and sweet. I'm so happy we found each other.
Yeah.
You know, we need to have a picture of you young, because that is my stepdad, Ed.
No, but
and then that guy. Oh, brother. The super cute guy next to Ed. That's my brother Mike when he was 18. Yep. That's my handsome brother. And Robin says, wow, didn't even recognize you guys. A little Linda Ronstadt. So adorable. You both are so young. You look like little kids. Yeah, except that's me and my brother. We got to throw one on, Jeff. Do you have one on the computer that we could just throw up like we did that one time?
Not easily.
Okay.
No.
Okay. All right. And Pammy says, and imagine ladies back in the 1800s and early 1900s wore those super small. It's on the next.
Oops. Sorry.
Super small waist dresses. Oh yeah, and they used to cinch them up really tight. They were lucky they could breathe in those things. I feel like it was because they couldn't eat much.
And it makes you feel full when you have it all tight.
Oh yeah, tight like that. It'd be hard to eat. And Grant says, TCBY treats. This calls for a celebration. LOL. Loved that jingle. And our other friend Pam says, the constant exercising and starving sounds like my youth/teen years. I couldn't figure out why I just wasn't as thin as the other girls, thinking I just wasn't trying hard enough. Wow. Seriously, Pam, that's the only way I could do it, was practically starving and extreme exercise. I had also mentioned my other grandma, my grandma Saruzi, my dad's mom. When I was in 8th grade, I went to the Poconos to visit her, and we were gone for just a week. And when I came back, I had gained 8 pounds in 1 week when I was a junior high kid. Because, my grandma, she gave us whole milk. We'd have a bowl of ice cream before we went to bed, and manja, and making the lasagna and all the eggplant parmesan, all of her fancy foods. I didn't get all of that when I was home. When I was home, we never had. We didn't keep snacks in the house. We had breakfast, we had lunch, and we had dinner, but we did not have snacks. You didn't have a snack. It was like a birthday or something, where you would have ice cream and cake. It was a special occasion, or Christmas time. But on a daily basis, there were no chips and junk food in the house. I didn't have the opportunity to eat those excess calories. But if we would have had that stuff in the house, I would have been a chubby kid. I know it. I would have had obesity as a kid. So I just lucked out in a way that we didn't have that stuff in the house. Because like I say, 1 week at grandma's house and boom, 8 pounds in junior high. Crazy. And Robin says, yep, Interruptions with food was frustrating for me too. I never enjoyed food, nor did I understand what on earth comforting food was about. My mom loved to eat good food, but never was overweight.
Interesting.
That is interesting, Robin. So it's weird. And so you're kind of like Jeff too. You didn't gain weight until you were older and didn't have any issues when you were younger. And Pam says, I told my hubby that I gained X weight because he ate so much and I was 125.
So, yeah.
Mm. And A. Barnett says, you two have lost a lot of weight. Heavy or not, you two are a cute couple.
Oh,
Thank you so much.
Especially Gina.
Aw. And Pammy says, my hubby rode his bike everywhere. I did too, but we had too many snacks. Oh, and A. Barnett's proud of me. Thank you. And Pammy says, I remember those shows. Oh, sending some love to you back. And Cindy said, oh, that's a great story. Thanks, Cindy. And Grant says, wow, such a great anchor moment in itself. Thank you for sharing. You're welcome. Pammy sending us hugs. And that's probably some of my recipes I shared with you guys. And Robin says, click, can really see the weight loss in both of your faces.
Yeah.
Just keep up all you're doing. You both have come this far now and can be proud of your progress. If you did the app Jeff does, I think it would.
Wait. Hold on.
There we go.
Here we go.
It would help you, Gina. It'll show you where your eating is not good. Could try it.
Yeah, for a while you did the Fitbit version.
Yeah.
But you like being able to see all the stuff on paper, be able to fold it out. And
see it. But I like taking the pictures too. I think that'd be kind of neat to have the pictures too to show.
Uh-huh.
So I think I'm going to do that as a combo. But it really is helpful to look back at the before pictures, because when I get stuck on, oh man, I'm only 51 pounds from my highest weight and I really wanted to lose a bunch more and it's taken forever, I can look back and go, oh, all right. I guess we have lost weight, both of us.
Yeah, that's encouraging.
And that is encouraging. And we're not gaining the weight back, which is pretty amazing too.
The salad looks yummy.
And Pammy says, great idea. I did more whole foods too along this journey. Yeah, I'm really trying to eat less processed food. I'll never say I won't eat processed food ever again because that's too hard. But I want to eat as little as possible of that.
Because like that salt, sugar, fat book said, they're in a business to make money. So they're going to want to make their product as craveable as possible and as addictive, really.
Yep.
So if you have whole foods, not stuff just from Whole Foods, but whole foods.
Yeah. Foods that aren't processed, like making your own salad by chopping up your vegetables and throwing vinegar and oil on it, But it doesn't have to be plain vinegar and plain oil. There's even fancy flavored olive oils, and fancy flavored vinegars, and those are really fun. I'm really enjoying that.
You know what? The place that we get it from, they'll send it to you in the mail.
Right.
You could put that information out somewhere if somebody else would like to. I think it's called
Olive.
Olive, like an olive.
Olive the Best. It's from Flagstaff, Arizona.
Yeah.
Yep. And if you buy $39 or more, they ship for free in the United States, at least. Hey, and Pammy still wants a Ninja Creamy. I'm loving my Ninja Creamy, Pam.
It's amazing. I get ice cream and it's good for me.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And Pammy says, Nuri is so yummy. So thank you, Pam. I've gone back to Costco twice now. So I have stocked up on it because, when it's $5 less for a dozen of them, so I've got a bunch now. So we'll be making a lot of strawberry ice cream. I love it.
And the chocolate Fairlife.
Yeah. And yep, absolutely. And Robin said, it sure helped me and continues to help me.
Good.
Oh, good. Neighbor Net says, what are the ingredients of the Nuri? That's a good question.
They're too small.
Okay, so it's Nuri is made with ultra filtered. It's an ultra filtered milkshake, naturally flavored with other natural. Strawberry milkshake, naturally flavored with other natural flavors, and then it's got.
Give me that.
Ultra filtered from.
I'll take a picture and then we'll be able to read it.
All right.
Cheese. All right. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
Here.
Okay. Ultra filtered skim milk, water, cream, potassium phosphate. Is that supposed to be like a salt?
Don't know. No.
I
don't know.
I don't know.
No.
Sea salt, lactase enzyme.
And that's so you can digest lactose.
Mm-hmm.
So it's actually kind of like when you get like Lactaid.
Yeah. And to help people who are lactose intolerant.
Right.
Pectin, natural flavor. And pectin, isn't that the stuff that makes things
Like
thick,
Jell-O-ish.
like in Jell-O?
Uh-huh.
Natural flavor. It does have sucralose as the as one of the sweeteners. Acesulfame potassium. I don't know. Monk fruit extract. I like monk fruit extract. That's a sweetener that's not as bad for you.
Tomato
lycopene extract, and that's what they're using for the color. Is
not
tomatoes instead of red dyes or anything. Vitamin A, palmate, and vitamin D3. And then it says contains milk to warn people that are allergic to milk. So, it's not perfect. It's not perfect, but there are worse ones out there. So it's better than most. I'll put it that way. It's better than most. It makes a really good strawberry ice cream with my Ninja Creamy. And Melanie says, I just sampled the vanilla Nuri at Costco today. It was good. Yeah. Oh. Now I like Fairlife's chocolate protein drink better than Nuri's chocolate, but I really like the because the strawberry doesn't taste like strawberry quick to me, like when I was a kid. And when I do make it into an ice cream, I also add a half cup of plain Greek yogurt with a tablespoon of honey in it too, and stir it so that way it makes it thicker for making it an ice cream. Oh, and I put 1 scoop of Vital Protein Collagen in there as well. I notice if I put 1 scoop of Vital Protein Collagen powder, I think it makes my Ninja Creamy ice creams a little bit, just a little bit thicker. Mm-hmm. And then it gives me an additional 9 grams of protein.
Good.
And Pammy says, that makes me so happy that it was helpful. Yeah, and I love it. And A. Barnett says, it's late here on the East Coast. Oh, yeah. We'll try to finish up here too. On the East Coast, so I must call it a night. I totally enjoyed this live show. Listen, take care and hold on to those anchor moments, friends. Oh, thanks, A. Barnett. That's sweet. And Mindy says, Gina, if you get a low overnight, it could be yeah, I know about those compression lows. It's a pain in the butt, but you need to do a finger stick to double check. I know. And you know
what? When you have a compression low, usually as soon as you're off there, it pretty much comes up almost immediately.
Yeah, that's the difference. And also when you get a compression low and you sit up, because I'll sit up and I'll move my arm so it's away from my body, and I'll wait, 2 or 3 minutes before I drink any, because Jeff brings me Fairlife chocolate milk, the refrigerated kind that has some sugar in it, and so I'll wait 2 or 3 minutes, and then I'll scan my arm, and it'll already go up, and then I'll go, oh, it was a stupid compression low, Jeff.
Sometimes
and I won't drink I won't eat any food or drink anything. I'll go back to sleep, and it'll erase.
Yeah.
So it doesn't show on the app because there's a part on the app where it says low glucose events, and it'll tell you how many low glucose events that you've had in the last 7 days.
It adjusts your graph too to kind of like delete that part because it was like an error.
And it'll delete off the low glucose event. It'll delete off the little graph thing. But this time it didn't delete.
Yeah.
And I sat for a few minutes with my arm up like this, and it stayed red. The dip was still there. And so I drank the glass of milk, and thought, well, all right.
I
But
try to get her to drink the chocolate milk anyway, but she doesn't want to if it's just going to be a fake low.
well, yeah, because then it's a bunch of calories that I don't need. That I don't need. I only want to have the calories if I need them. But yeah, but that's why it concerned me. And Grant says my thoughts too. And yeah, and so I don't know. And I have to admit, I need to get new. I
Poker
hate those.
things.
I hate those poker things. When I do there's a video of the first time taking Mounjaro, and I'm like so scared because I hate needles. I hate needles. I hate pricking my finger. It hurts when I prick my finger every time. Pricking this in my stomach, leg, arm doesn't hurt at all. But pricking your finger does hurt to do your little
You
thing.
know what
I
else
know,
hurts?
I'm a big fat
You know
baby.
what else hurts?
Yeah, but I can drink something and it'll just bring my sugar back up, or eat something and it'll bring my sugar back up.
Okay.
But yeah, I've been avoiding getting new
I
ones.
have to twist her arm.
He does.
Besides lifting it.
Yeah. But I do love my Freestyle Libre. And Melanie says, I have a snack before bed because of the low you're talking about. Yeah. And
And I think if you ate cottage cheese, that would get rid of those.
yeah, it worked for me last night. Even just a quarter of a cup. 60 calories worth of cottage cheese. Grant says, I get several false lows. I have to double check. Yeah, the false lows are a pain in the butt. And I do get those.
Not very often.
Not as often because I try to sleep on my right arm instead of my left arm. So I don't get them as often. But when you do, it's like, why did it wake me up? It wasn't even real. But if it's real, you want to be woken up.
Right.
And Pammy says, hey, Barnett, I'll tag you on the Nuri. It looks good. Like Fairlife tastes really good. Yeah, it's really tasty. And Mindy says, since you're not on insulin, the risk of dangerously low blood sugar is pretty low. You know what? That's what my nurse said today. The one care nurse that called, and she said, well, you're not on insulin. It was probably okay. Maybe it was just a little lower than it was, or wasn't, you weren't maybe as truly as low as it said. Because I'm not on insulin, so I don't know.
I still care about you.
Yes, I appreciate that. I appreciate that, Jeff. And Sheila says, love my Ninja Creamy, best treat. Yeah. Oh my gosh, it's wonderful. And Pammy says, that's good to know, Mindy. It is. Thank you, Mindy. And Miss Nikki's in the house. Hi, Miss Nikki. And Pammy says, so true. And I had a gastric bypass 25 years ago. And my revision. So my pick is small, and I know it helps me more along with Mounjaro. That she'd had both, And Cindy says, you are not gaining, you are winning. You will get there. Thanks, Sid. I appreciate that. And it is amazing that I'm not gaining. That's a big win for me because that's never happened before in my life, to be able to lose this much weight and keep it off. And to be able to keep it off. So thank you, Sin. I appreciate that. And Cindy says, I come for many reasons. And yes, the weight is one, but you've built a great, encouraging community. Yes. Oh, thanks so much, Cindy, because you've been with us for a long time. And I really appreciate you. And Pammy says, can you add the membership to get the 300 without having people pay? That's what I was thinking about now. But the special disappeared.
It was a limited time offer.
It was a limited time offer. I had to do it by the end of September, and I didn't, because that would have been really, because extra $300 that pays for most of my StreamYard, but I don't know, or else
it's going to work out.
But yeah. And Melanie says, I'm with you, Gina. I'm a type 2 on Mounjaro and slow going, lost 50, but hey, 50 is great. Yay. But I just keep going up and down the same 5 pounds week to week. Yep. And for me, it's the same 2 or 3 pounds over and over and over again. Oh, so I'm really hoping I can break this stall. And Grant says, you do a great job encouraging. Thank you for keeping my Monday evenings enjoyable. Oh, thanks so much, Grant. And Pammy says, I love this with the side-by-side. Wow. And Val likes your tip, Jeff.
I forget what tip was that.
I'm not sure. You give so many.
Oh, maybe it was the dad jokes.
Oh, and Pammy says to do the thumbs up. And I'm going to have Jeff read some of these while I give myself my shot live before I forget.
And did you said that Pammy mentioned about thumbs up.
Yep. You
And,
mentioned about thumbs up. Should I do my, well, it's kind of tight in my arm. I think I'm going to do
and
my
thank
tummy
you,
again.
Val.
We'll do
Oh, and
6
Terry
o'clock.
Locken says, no snow yet. Still in the upper 60s and low 70s. Still mowing the lawn weekly. I
in North
saw something on the
Dakota.
news, like California had snow. And I thought, oh, that's very interesting. Wonder if the planes got theirs yet. Gina, Pammy says,
And take off. Always take this cap off. It's a big fat bummer if you don't take that off first. It breaks the shot. And then it's useless.
do you want me to
Twist it
go
to
on?
unlock. Yep.
Okay.
And I'm just going to hold it
Gina,
and push.
Pammy says, Gina, have you watched or know of Joe Calamity Jane from the UK? She is such a hoot, and I know you would love her cheery personality.
You know what? I got to start watching her stuff because Calamity Jane has been watching some of mine and she gives really great comments. So yeah, I didn't know she had a channel, but I'll be looking hers up. Thanks for the heads up. I always appreciate all the comments she gives us. Okay, I'm going to push my button. And then the 10 seconds to hear the 2 clicks.
There you go.
There we go. Done. Easy peasy. There we go.
And Terry Locken says, I started my journey December 2024, down 82 pounds.
Wow, that's
great.
awesome, Terry.
Wow. Do you want to read?
No, go ahead. And
Pammy says, congratulations, Terry.
Yeah. And Pammy says, oops, I meant my hubby was only 125 pounds in high school. I was kind of confused what you meant by that. They called him the Jungle Boy. Then he drank soda, ate snacks, and my metabolism wasn't as good as his. And she weighed 154.
So did you finish your shot?
Wait, yes, I finished my shot. And she says, I'm less than him now. He stays around 180 to 185, which actually is a good weight for a man.
Yeah.
Let's see what Traveling Tea has something really good to say right here. She's got something helpful. There's a new app that records your calories on your plate from a picture. Happy Scale? I'm not sure. Ooh, that'd be good to look into.
You know, the one thing I like about MyFitnessPal is that I can just type in like even 3 letters, tap, 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 and it can find in the database. I don't totally trust AI to figure it out correctly for me, but who knows?
But who knows?
Maybe you can try that, Gina.
Yeah. And Pammy says, Nuri chocolate is 30 grams protein, 1 gram sugar, 11 ounce, 150 total sugar.
Wow, that's great.
Yeah. And this too.
Similar to this.
The strawberry, 150 calories, 2.5 grams of fat.
How much protein?
0 fiber, only 2 grams of carbohydrate, no fiber, and 30 grams of protein.
Yeah.
And it's delicious.
0 trans fat, 2.5 saturated fat from the milk. Dietary fiber. Wow, that's amazing.
Oh, because it's chocolate. Chocolate
okay.
has a
From
little bit of fiber.
Cocoa beans.
From the cocoa beans. And Pammy says, I feel like adding the collagen even to coffee with Nuri makes it better. It makes it thicker. Yep.
Yeah. Avocados add creaminess. Also, you could add to your ice cream for a good fat. That is a great idea. Avocado.
Oh, I've heard about that.
Yeah.
I haven't tried it though.
Thanks, Robin.
Thanks, Robin.
Don't forget your shot.
I just
took it. Thank you for the reminder.
Ellie.
Oh,
Pick is the stomach pouch is still working. Is stomach pouch still working? Not sure what that is.
I don't know.
But I did do. I did my tummy.
In your stomach pouch.
Yep, my stomach pouch. And
Yay, you took it.
6 o'clock. Yeah.
And that is the end of that.
So let's see who wins the crowns today.
Is it me?
The top fans? Nope. Number 3, Robin Lockwood. Yay. Number 2, Grant Campbell. Yay. And number 1, Sandy Murphy. Woohoo. Yay. All right, everybody.
Oh, one more.
Oh, wait, one more. I'm with you, Jeff, on the Fitness Pal. I can type in before I eat to see what
Yeah.
it does. If it adds too much of something, I can scale it back.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
it
that
does
would
the
be
math. I
helpful.
like how it does the math for me. Just immediately.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Well, next Monday, Grant is going to join me, and we're going to be discussing ways to break weight loss stalls because he's been doing some research on that. And we may have another guest or two as well that have been on the Anchor Moments show before. So if you've been on the show before and you have ideas on how to break stalls and want to be part of a break stall challenge, email me this week, Gina. I want to do that with you and Grant next Monday. Let me know, and we'll do a really fun break the stall panel next week. I think that'll be fun. Don't you think that's a good idea?
You should make that like a regular thing every so often.
Every so often, we'll do a panel of something, but we really need to. Because I've tried so hard to break this stall, and so a bunch of us can do that. And Pammy says, I had a typo earlier. My gastric bypass pouch is still working. So yeah. And that probably helps you with your weight loss with the Mounjaro, and you had the gastric pouch. It helped me lose so much weight. Yep, it sure did. Pam was even, when she was trying to just maintain, she was still losing 10 pounds a month. I mean, she was just like, wow, super duper duper responder. Which I don't think I've ever lost 10 pounds in a month doing this. Yeah.
Usually more like 8.
Yeah. 8 would be the max. So yeah. So anyway, anyone who has great tips for us for breaking a stall, who's been on my show before, if you want to be on the panel with me and Grant next Monday on Anchor Moments, let us know. All right, everybody, hold on to your anchor moments and make it a great day. Love you guys. Mwah.